Hey guys, welcome back to Make That Sea Change. Paul here with you again today. Make That Sea Change is my site and channel aimed at everything to do with the world of setting up your own online business, making money online, earning money from home, whatever way you want to describe that. And along those lines today, I'm going to take you through my Ezoic review. Now, straight off the bat, Ezoic is a program that I use. I use it to monetize my site through advertising, and that is advertising on my site and through my videos. It also has a couple of other functions there. I am an affiliate of Ezoic, so if you click on an Ezoic link within this post, I will earn commissions from it if you join up and keep going through. That won't affect your income or anything like that, but as I say, just for getting just making sure that we're all on the same page as we get going. That said, let's have a look through Ezoic for those of you who are looking to monetize your site. So this is the Ezoic page. This is logged in under one of my sites. And as I say, I've set this up so that I can earn money via advertising. So if I bring this site over, you'll see here I've got some ads there. I actually need to I'm still tweaking some of these ads. This one here, for example, I want to remove that ad from there, which I can do. And I've got not a lot of ads in this one at the moment. They come and go. It's still working it out, but you can see another ad there. So on and so forth. There'll be ads down the bottom here and the like. So what this does is it will actually allow me to earn income based on the impressions of these ads. Now, the other thing that I'm halfway through doing is, actually as we speak, I'm uploading this video into Ezoic. You'll see that in a second. And what that means is every time someone comes on this page, if they watch this video, I can make revenue from that video as well. So that is what Ezoic does, or that's how it puts on there. I use it in conjunction with AdSense. I had Google AdSense first, and now I'm running Ezoic with it. And what it does, as you can see down here, it actually has its mediation. So this is the amount that I've earned through Ezoic. This is the mediation. That's through the number of visits that my site gets each day. So as you can see there, it's not the highest traffic site that you'll see around. The site's only relatively new. It's still only about 12 months old. But in the last 30 days, it's earned nearly $500, which is pretty good. 14,000 website visits in per month. So that's not too bad. 14,000 a month. They do like you to have around 10,000 a month to join Ezoic. It will let sites in who don't have that, and it will, they will allow you to work through all that side of things as well. Join Google AdSense first if you're not at the 10,000. It'll give you good running through there. You can start to earn a little bit of revenue, and then, as I say, I'd probably jump over to here. Just some things to be aware of before you open up Ezoic is that in the settings here, I've got site integration. It wants I have, from my hosting, which is through KnownHost, I've actually changed my CDN name servers from KnownHost straight into Ezoic. So you will need to integrate your site. You will need to load your analytics credentials into there and your Google Search Console credentials, depending on what you want to do. You can do this through a number of ways. You can do it through directly through the CDN, or you can do it through Cloudflare. If you run your site through Cloudflare, you can get it to point to that, and that'll work okay. There is a third option of a WordPress plugin. It doesn't work as well, but you can see you've got Cloudflare there if you had that. The name servers is how I've done that, and it's got some security settings, API gateways, and the like. If I want to add another site, I can do that there. I actually run two sites through here. I've got this site and the Make That Sea Change site, which is the one you probably might be watching the video on at the moment. So if I go back to home, so let's run through each of the options we've got here. Now, the first one here is monetization. So once you've integrated your site, it will then take you through a little walkthrough. There's an academy little training session there. You can't see it on here anymore, but it actually takes you through some steps to get it all set up. And that will include linking it back to your Google AdSense. You don't have to actually have a Google AdSense account, but you need to be in good standing with Google AdSense. So they'll go off and check if you've had an account with them through there with this site, and Google AdSense has got rid of you for policy violations, things like clicking your own ads or showing, having inappropriate content on your website, If your website's not informative, so if it's not a site that's aimed at helping people out, you can breach their policies and they can ban you. So if you've been banned in AdSense, you won't get into Ezoic either. It then takes you through some of the other testing and stuff like that. So once you've done that, you can go in here and start setting up how you want it all to look. Now, because I had AdSense, it actually imported all this from AdSense, which meaning I didn't have to go in and tell it where I want all my ads because it's brought in from what I had set up in AdSense. But within the general settings here, I can, I might have a site that I don't want ads running when people are on mobile phones. I'm not sure why, because mobile phones are the number one source of most people's traffic these days. But, it might be certain things you've built in there that you don't want mobile phone people to see ads, whether you want your placeholders on or off. So it means you can set where you want your ads to go. And that's what I said before, I'm still working through that to get this to build up. Sticky sidebar ads. So if you've got a sidebar on your site, it'll put the ads in there. Vignette ads I've got turned off. That's for, the big video ones that come over the top of your entire page. I hate them personally, but you can turn them on. So full screen ads between page loads, they drive me nuts. But anyway, that's something you can do as well. Floating video ads and beta ad formats and so on. So set all that up. From there, there's so much here. Mediation. So I've got my AdSense mediation set up here. So what that'll do is actually, it will look at if it runs an ad and the person running that ad is come through Ezoic and through AdSense, it will then mediate and see which has got the highest bid, and it will pay you the highest bid. That's why on my homepage it had some stuff there for mediation. You can set if you just want your ads to be PG, and that tends to remove anything to do with nightlife or, that sort of thing, or into programs that are, really suitable just for kids. Direct ad, you can direct advertisers, so you can go in there and turn that on if you want just those. Max ads per page. I've been playing with that again myself. I looked at, if I go back here, I'll refresh it because it's been doing some updates just before I started shooting this video with loading the video on and stuff. But it hasn't picked up my thing there, so you can see it's still got that see it's got a video there and then my video, and it's then popping out. That's the floating video there. But as I was going through for the video, there was a lot of ads in here. It's actually removed a lot of them because I'm playing with it. But that's something you'll do a lot, is you'll always be going in and playing with how many ads you want to show on your page. I can turn that on and choose that. The ads.txt, if you didn't have AdSense, you'll need to load an ad.txt video file onto your site. It'll talk you through all that. Ad restrictions, so you can set up the ads that you don't want. So if you don't want anything to do with betting, because betting ads are still legal here in Australia, I'm not sure about other countries, but here some betting agencies can still advertise. So if you don't want that on your site, you can turn that off. If you don't want anything to, for example, if you're running a vegan site, you probably won't want any ads because if it picks up that you're to do with food, you won't want anything to do with, the beef industry or anything like that advertising on your site. So you can go through and do all that. And that's where, that's the number of ads that are shown on the landing page. Sorry, advertiser blocker is where you set your personal preferences for, as I just mentioned. Categories, disable ads by page. So if you don't want ads on particular pages, normally turn your home page off, stuff like that. And here is where it will, you might need an ad manager account. So if you don't have AdSense, you'll need an ad manager account. It'll talk you through setting that up in that setup I was talking about before, but then they'll approve your site and off you will go. So that's your monetization. So once you set your monetization up, as I mentioned, and I'll go back to this one again, you can see I've got my banner ad down the bottom there. I'll have some ads down the bottom of the post. You can see one snuck in there as well. And I've got one. Oh, there's none down the bottom at the moment. There was before. And that's, as I keep saying, there they are there. So, I've got ads on the page. Hopefully not too many. But again, you can play with that. And now because those ads are there, they mark impressions. and I can earn a little bit of money based on impressions, but what you really want is someone to click on that. As they click on that, it will you'll earn money on that. Now, don't click on your own, because if you keep doing that too often, you'll get in trouble and you'll breach their policies and they'll remove you. But anyway, that's what the monetization side of Ezoic does. Next things that you've got here is speed. So you can play with your speed. It's called Leap, still in beta. But you can see my core vitals here. I've got an 81 mobile score and a 66 desktop score. Ideally, I want to get rid of that red part there. Ideally, you want green and everything. And what we'll do is we'll come down here and it'll tell me what my problems are. Now, to be honest, all of my problems here are to do with the plugins that I have. I've got Lucky WP Table of Contents. If I click on alternatives, it will tell me that it's got potentially some other options that I can do. So what it would want me to do is find one in here that is a good table of contents, go back and remove this and add their alternative, and that will increase my speed. So there's a couple here that Leap has fixed up for me. I asked them to fix that up and they fixed it up. But as I say, all the rest of mine are to do with my fonts. I've got AdSense and Aweber connections here. Doesn't like that. I've got Microsoft Clarity and Analytics by Monster Insights on my site. Doesn't like that. So most of it, as I say, is to do with the my plugins. Now I'm happy with the plugins, so I'm wearing that at the moment, but it's totally up to you how you do that. I can get it to scan my site and see what it thinks once I've fixed a few of those things up. So, you know, the core vitals there. So it will tell me where these things are. I can go through and have a look at all that. But so it works with your speed. Speed is critically important. There's some other settings that I can play with in here. I tend to do them more in my hosting site rather than here, but I went through at some stage and you know, had a look at all that. But you've got all that there. They run leaderboards and stuff like that, so that helps with your levels, which we'll talk about later on. But you can see these guys. So what it does is the idea is you can go to that site. If that's going to click over, it's not going to click over at the moment, but and I can see what that person is doing well. Oh, there it is, come up here. So they're through Cloudflare. I can try their settings and see what happens. I don't know if I'd be willing to do that straight up, but you know, if you've got a new site, definitely worthwhile looking at. Video. So what the video stuff does is you can see that smartphone one's still updating, but I've got my videos in here. And how that works is that, as I mentioned before, so every time someone watches a video, that's the play count, and I can earn some money for that. Probably one thing, you know, 19,000 plays, $73. To be honest, and this is some of the feedback I do hear about Ezoic is that the video revenue was not as high as you may hope. But anyway, $73 that I wouldn't have earned if I didn't have this running. So, you know, that's what it is for this one. I can see my playlist. I can see, so obviously, and my biggest play count is First Strike Bass. So that sort of leads me to think that I need to go back and look at my posts and see what's running up there. But you can see the views. So I can certainly see which my most popular sites are. Not sure why that is not it's not showing the picture. It normally shows the thumbnails and stuff there as well. I'll just refresh it and see what that does. There you go. So I can see them there. I can see how many views they've had, and I can actually even edit the videos and go in and add things like more keywords. I go into Google Search Console and see what the keywords are ranking for and do all that as well. And that's the other thing to be aware of, that within here, if you're linking through to your Google Search Console and Analytics, you can actually see what people are clicking on via Ezoic. Now, Humix is sort of a YouTube alternative. If you don't have to have it on, but if you turn it on, it effectively turns all your videos into their own channel, which are findable, locatable via search engines. So that just means that if you click on the search engine, you can then do a search, and as long as it's ranking, you can see, so that's all the views there. That one hasn't any views yet, only loaded that 10 minutes ago. But, you know, as you go through, you can see what posts are doing well and see what posts aren't doing so well, so you can go and fix them up. But yeah, so if someone's viewed this on Humix, I can earn revenue based on those ads. SEO, you can go in and, you know, you can test tags, you know, change different titles, sort of A/B testing. I haven't played with that yet, but effectively you create an experiment, create trials and put a couple of tags and see which one's working better and start the experiment. I would do that, pick your most popular post and then do that, because you know it's going to rank, you know it's going to get people looking at it, and you can see what works best. Broken links, so I can see all my links that are working there. Those 16 there, the 4 ones, they're all good, but at least I know that. So I can go through and have a look at my links. So you can see all the links, any errors, and I can go through and check those from there. Privacy, all your security settings, privacy policy. I have a privacy policy, so I haven't done all this, but you can load it up. Consent management if you've got to meet into other things. And now we go into analytics. Now, analytics, to be honest, is one of the real big, I call it big data analytics, and it's actually really, really good. Not only for seeing how your ads are working, but also, you know, where you're getting, what times you're getting your revenue. So I can see that from there. I can see my, you know, how much I'm getting per every 1,000 visits. So roughly between $30 and $50 for every 1,000 visits, which is pretty good. I can see where is it, landing pages. So I can see which landing pages are getting me the most income. And then if I move this around, I can actually see the revenue and, you know, the money per 1,000 views there as well. So for every 1,000 views, that post is going to make me $58. It's made $102 in revenue. I think that's in the last, this month. So yeah, this month made me $102. But then if I want to see which are the most popular sites, so baitcaster, rod and reel combos for bass fishing, it's only had one visit, but made 25 cents. So if I can increase the views on that, I can get $248 per 1,000 views. So it's really, you know, the amount of stuff in here. You can see the traffic, so traffic overviews, all sorts of stuff. You do have to link this to your analytics, but you can see there, I can see what traffic I'm getting in, so on and so forth. So it's really there. I could spend hours and hours and hours taking you through all the different ones here. But as I say, the big data analytics is something that is really worthwhile checking out in Ezoic. So the videos, video content. So again, I can see which videos are making me most money. The kayak fishing reel options may be $19, and it's, I can't see the EPMB on that one, but yeah, so it's showing me that. Playback started, video count, average watch time, which is really good to see how long people are watching videos for, total watch time, etc., etc. So as I keep saying, so much to do in the big data analytics there for that. Now, finally, I just want to show you quickly something else that we've got here is the levels. Now, what the levels do is it will give you your access to different levels depending on a number of things you do. And some of it's a bit gamey, like you go in and you do all your little training things like that I showed you before. And then it takes you through levels based on revenue and visits. So I will go up to level 2 based on this next month. and what level 2 will give me. It gives me a little bit more access to high paying bidding sites, gives me access to things like personalized support, one-on-one coaching, so on and so forth. So the levels are quite important. And as I say, to get to level 1, you need to have that 10,000. But if you're under level 1, you can actually come in here and you can make a little bit of money. But once with all advertising, the more traffic you get, the more money you're going to make. But they work it through that. So the higher you get and the more you get in, the more attractive you are to bidders, and then the more that they'll pay to put ads on your site. So that's how the levels work. And that's it, guys. That is my Ezoic review. As I said, I just wanted to take you through each of those options. As you see there, I use it. I've only been in it for about 3 months, so I'm still tweaking where my ads go and how they look and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, I can set up to put ads every second line. I make a lot of money, but my website is basically unreadable. So it's all about tweaking where you want them, how you want them to look, if there's any you don't want. And then, of course, you've got your speed, your SEO, and your other options there. And the big data analytics, as I said, is very effective in just giving you some insight into what's earning well, what could earn well if you could get it to rank higher, so on and so forth within your general day-to-day website running. Okay, guys, hope that was helpful for you. Comment below if you've got experience with Ezoic. As I say, some of the things are a bit clunky and some of them are still being finalized. That's probably my one con of Ezoic. But as I say, I found it very effective. It's increased monetization on my site. The speed and everything's working well. And yeah, but as I say, comment below. Would love to hear your feedback if you have experience with Ezoic yourself, good, bad, or otherwise. And then we can get that information out there as well. If you're watching YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel as well. Okay, guys, hope that was helpful. Chat to you soon. Bye.